Ladies and gentlemen, we have Inbee Park, the world number one, with us. Inbee arrives here in St Andrews having won the first three legs of the Grand Slam. Our second visit, I believe, having finished 11 the last time the Women's Open was here. You must be glad to be back.
Yeah, it's very nice to be back here in St Andrews, especially with, the three major wins before this week. This week's going to be, special for me in anyhow.
You're obviously going to be bombarded with questions about the Grand Slam. Does that make it a little bit more difficult to perform well here this week?
I'm just really getting used to it because I've heard about British St Andrews so many times before I came here this week. At first, I felt the pressure, but then, as the time goes by and, more experience I get, I'm really starting to get used to it. Once I get on the golf course, I don't get to think about it so much. And then when I'm off the golf course, I feel the pressure, but I try to concentrate on the golf course.
We were hearing earlier on from Stacey Lewis, who was saying that she found it very difficult to tell if you were playing well or playing badly because you seemed so even-tempered. Is that part of your secret this year, that you don't get too up or too down depending how your golf is going?
I think that has just been my personality, forever. Since I was just a little kid, my emotions doesn't express so much on my face. That's just how I've played golf, and it's been working, really good on the golf course. So I think I found myself, if I figured that it was gonna be, very good on the golf course. So that's why, I think I'm that way, and I think it helps a lot, when you're on the golf course, when your emotions are very calm, your feelings are, very calm. So I think it helps you, play the game a little bit more consistent.
People talk about pressure, and they often mean pressure from outside influences, but presumably as a top professional golfer, you bring a lot of your own pressure to play the best golf you can every day.
Yeah, obviously it is tougher to play under pressure than without the pressure, but this is what I love to do, and if the pressure is something that comes with, playing good golf, that's something professional golfer has to handle, something, that I need to handle for doing something I like. So, yeah, I love to do that. Instead of, it's much better than playing in the first group out and nobody's watching, than, having the pressure. I think I'd rather, be playing the last group and, feel the pressure, all the time.
Inbee, you talked about sort of since you were a little girl, you've been calm, but you've also consulted with a sports psychologist a little bit. I wonder, what are some of the things she talks to you about, and maybe anything, if you talk to her in particular, about going into this week?
She just makes me a happier person. She makes me a happier person on the golf course and outside the golf course, and she teaches me how to handle the pressure on the golf course and how to enjoy the game of golf, what things to concentrate when I'm on the golf course, and it changes every week, but we try to sort it out by talking on the phone, or she's here this week. So
what is the name of your psychologist?
Soo Kyung Cho.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Inbee, am I right in thinking you went back to Korea for last weekend? That being, are you a little worried that that's kind of a hectic schedule to get yourself here? When did you actually get into the UK?
I was tired physically, but I was a lot more happier mentally, being able to see friends and family and being able to communicate with my fans when I got back home. And physically I was a bit tired, but mentally I was a lot more happier, and that gives me a lot of energy coming into this week. So I'm trying to take the positives out of it.
Also, have you been able to practice the specific kind of game you need for this course? It's a different kind of game from what you usually play.
Yeah, obviously, we have to. The wind comes into factor this week, and I'm quite of low ball flight hitter, so I think this golf course really suits my eye. This golf course really suits my game. So St Andrews has big greens with some big ridges, and you're gonna hit a lot of greens here. You're gonna have putts that's 30 yards long, 20 yards long. You have to be good pace putter. I'm going to hit a lot of putts, so I think it kind of comes to my advantage that, you know, I get to use my putter a lot on this golf course, and, you know, being in the bad weather, my ball flight is, you know, very low, so that also comes into advantage. Yeah.